every day when they go out to serve the community. And all of us are praying here in Suffolk County for his full recovery, and those prayers and wishes all across the state are a great help as well. It's great to be here with the team at Suffolk Community College. Thank you for the kind words about them. They have done an outstanding job here. We have 3 campuses, the largest, as you know, Governor, the largest community college system in the state of New York, and we know the best in Suffolk County. We're very proud of them, and we have 2 other sites at our campuses in Riverhead and Selden, and they really have been at the forefront on this vaccination effort, so I thank them and the entire team here at Suffolk Community College. I want to thank all of the healthcare workers here at this facility and at the other facilities who are working tirelessly to get shots in the arms. Our healthcare workers, of course, have been at the forefront from the very beginning. I've described the pandemic and what our healthcare workers in our hospitals have faced as the medical equivalent of a war zone. And they have seen the worst, and now continue to lead us through this crisis and lead the way out of this crisis. So I cannot thank them enough. Our health systems, we're incredibly fortunate to have these great hospitals and hospital systems here. Michael Dowling, Patrick O'Shaughnessy, I want to thank them. Good Samaritan Hospital here, leading the effort in Brentwood. This campaign, this New York Tough Vaccinate New York campaign, is so important and so timely. We have focused all our efforts in Suffolk County, and again, I thank the governor for the partnership here on getting these shots in the arms and vaccinating people here in our county. And also doing it in a way that is making sure that we're touching every community, doing this as equitably as possible. That has been a big focus of our efforts here in the county, and we work together with the state on that as well. Now, getting the message out to students, to young people, vaccinating students. They can be the best evangelists out there to communicate that this vaccine is safe, it works, it's fine. I took it, it's not a problem. For some of the people who may be reluctant, young people who may be reluctant, these students here at Suffolk Community College on our SUNY campuses, they can deliver the message to other young people about the importance of getting the vaccine and that it wasn't a problem. It's not an issue, and it is not. We've gone from a place where not many people were eligible to now, very quickly, we are in a place where everyone is eligible, and we have to get the message out. And that's what this Vaccinate New York campaign is about. It is absolutely critical. It is timely. And this will be the thing that ultimately allows us to say that we have defeated this virus, that we have moved beyond the pandemic, and we are fully into recovering and building back stronger and better than ever before. So I'm proud to be here. Governor, thank you for your partnership on this effort and your leadership on this effort. And now I'm proud to turn it over to the Commissioner of the Department of Health. And I want to say a thank you also because our teams work closely together, the Health Department and the Suffolk County Health Department, on a daily basis, working with the State Health Department. And I thank Dr. Zucker for his support and the great work and the great working relationship with the State Health Department throughout this pandemic. Dr. Zucker, thank you.
Thank you, Governor Cuomo and County Executive Bellone. It is an honor to be out in Long Island at Suffolk County Community College this morning. With each week, we find ourselves a little closer to the end of this crisis. Our success isn't simply because of what New York State has done, it's also because of the selfless collective actions of countless New Yorkers. That's especially true for the millions and millions of New Yorkers who have already received a vaccine. As the federal supply has continued to increase, we've been able to broaden our network of partners and expand eligibility. All New Yorkers over the age of 16 are now eligible, which of course includes college-age students. This expanded eligibility and the continued efficacy of the mass vaccination sites like this one builds on the systemic approach that we've taken over the last 4 months to get shots into the arms of as many New Yorkers as quickly and safely as possible. It's been more important to act smart and quickly, and vaccinating college students statewide before they return to their hometown communities at the end of the semester is the next step in this methodical process. It is the best way for students to protect themselves, their families, and their communities. Just as the governor said, you could bring this virus home to others in your family or to those in your community. The race between the vaccine and the variants is very real, and it is intensifying. The sooner we can hit critical mass, the faster we will stop COVID in its tracks. So please continue to be vigilant, wear your masks, get your vaccine as soon as you're able to. We can win this race, but the way to win it is it requires us all to run together in a unified way towards the finish line. We will achieve this. We will get there. I look forward to that day. Thank you very much. I'd like to turn it over. Thank you. Turn it over.
Well, good morning, everyone. Governor Cuomo, County Executive Bellone, and all my SUNY and local colleagues, thank you for having me here this morning. Before I go any further, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge one of my Stony Brook colleagues here with me, Dr. Margaret McGovern, in the steps. Our Dean for Clinical Affairs and Vice President for Clinical Programs at Stony Brook Medicine, and the one who's really led our vaccination efforts. I am honored to be here representing Stony Brook University and the SUNY system. This is a banner day for Suffolk County and for SUNY students, and I am so pleased that all SUNY students will have access to vaccines. I am proud to be a part of the SUNY community. I joined the Stony Brook family just last July in the midst of the pandemic, and since then I have been awed by Stony Brook's strengths in research and healthcare and the vital role that the university plays in providing opportunities to a diverse and talented group of students. Our students go on to make a difference here on Long Island and throughout New York, as well as the country and around the world. And Stony Brook University gives them access to great faculty, research opportunities, and the real-world experiences that provide them with a strong foundation to succeed. Thank you, Governor Cuomo, and your team for making all those 16 and older eligible for the vaccine, and for providing vaccine allocations to Suffolk County Community College and the local SUNY campuses. The Governor's Clinical Advisory Task Force, that includes Dr. Sharon Nachman at Stony Brook Medicine, has determined that the vaccine is safe. Additionally, the Governor's Vaccine Equity Task Force has worked diligently and creatively to make sure that all New Yorkers have access to the vaccines. Getting vaccines into arms is critical to crushing COVID. I've been so pleased to see the effort that this administration has taken to create pop-up vaccine sites at churches and community centers throughout the state, partnering with local groups to ensure that people who are often underserved would have access to the vaccine. This is in addition to the many vaccination sites throughout the state that they've set up, including 5 now here in Suffolk County. I am also very grateful to the Stony Brook team that has been running some of these vaccine sites in Suffolk. Stony Brook has mass vaccination sites on its main campus and in Southampton, and has run numerous pop-up sites in communities across Long Island. We've done around 250,000 shots in total. and thousands of Suffolk County residents have been vaccinated thanks to the tremendous dedication of Stony Brook health professionals and their colleagues and our partnership with the state. Now, it is time for college students to become part of this effort. I encourage all students in Suffolk County and throughout New York to get this vaccine. I hear from students all the time that they want the campus and, frankly, life experiences that they have been missing in the course of this deadly pandemic. The vaccine will help you return to those experiences, to be able to live life to its fullest. The end of this difficult time is within reach, but it takes all of us taking recommended safety precautions and getting the vaccine. I will do whatever I can to support the Vaccinate New York campaign, and Stony Brook will continue to provide vaccines to Long Islanders whenever and wherever it can. Let's save lives. Let's get out there and get the vaccine. It is my privilege to introduce our next speaker, Chiara Arias, who is a senior at Stony Brook University, majoring in political science and minoring in journalism and media arts. Chiara is one of our deeply engaged student leaders who is committed to service and advocacy to her peers. She serves as the Director for Diversity Affairs for Stony Brook's undergraduate student government. She is also a resident assistant and moderates a weekly podcast on social and racial justice. Please join me in welcoming Chiara.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me today, Governor Cuomo, President McGinnis. Well, it's an honor to be here today representing the SUNY students throughout Suffolk County. It's a privilege to be here to support the Vaccinate New York campaign. Since last March, it has been a challenging time for college students in many ways. Whether we decided to stay home or move back to campus, the uncertainty has placed many obstacles in our lives. Not only have we had to keep track of what seems like endless amounts of Zoom calls and Blackboard discussion board posts, but as college students, we wear many different hats. While we are students, we are also campus leaders, essential workers, caregivers, brothers, sisters, parents, and neighbors. But above all, we are New Yorkers. For the past year, New Yorkers have been fighting. They have been fighting to maintain relationships with our friends and families during months and months of quarantine. New Yorkers have been fighting for racial equality by ending systematic racism. And of course, New Yorkers have been fighting to keep COVID-19 rates low. Luckily, vaccines are making it possible to return to our normal lives. Up until now, unless you had special circumstances, many college students weren't eligible for the vaccine. But now all college students can start receiving the vaccine. Thank you, Governor Cuomo, for making it possible for New York State to allocate 21,000 Johnson & Johnson vaccines to SUNY. And for those who aren't familiar with the vaccines, this vaccine only requires 1 shot as opposed to 2 shots with the other popular vaccines. As college students, we generally interact with a lot of people. This is why it's important for all of us to get vaccinated, as it will minimize the risks associated with COVID-19, not only for you, but for your loved ones as well. And remember, just because COVID-19 cases are decreasing doesn't mean that fight is over. New York, please make sure you get vaccinated. Thank you again, Governor Cuomo, and thank you all for joining me here today. Let's get vaccinated, SUNY.
Okay, let's have a big round of applause for County Executive Steve Bellone and Dr. Zucker and President McGinnis and Chiara Arias. Thank you very much. To our healthcare providers who were here, Northwell, Catholic Health Systems, to all of SUNY. Chiara said it right. New York is a state of fighters. They talk about New York tough. We are tough. You have to be tough to be a New Yorker. You have to be tough to make it through what we made it through this past year. You have to make it tough to rebound from 9/11. It's tough to rebound from Hurricane Sandy the way we did. And it was tough to have the highest COVID infection rate on the globe in New York. We were ambushed by COVID before anybody knew it was coming. But New York tough is a good thing, because we went from the highest infection rate to one of the lowest in the nation. That's because New York are fighters, and New Yorkers are tough, and they're smart, and they're disciplined, and they're united. And let's give a round of applause to all New Yorkers. To recap, we're going to make vaccines available to colleges, universities, so they can do the vaccinations on site. SUNY will model the program. CUNY will also model the program, but we're inviting all colleges to participate. You will get an allocation from the state, and you can vaccinate your students on the campus, in the school, before we get to the summer break. And to conclude the program, I'm going to invite up 3 students who are going to take the vaccine. Jason Saravia, Gabriela Flores Benavides, Keisha McCoy, and Brian Higgins, who are going to come up and show you exactly how easy it is to get the vaccine. Thank you all. What vaccine did you get? Huh. No, never mind. I didn't ask that question.